Hello. If you're watching this, you're about to learn a lot. You are about to learn a lot about Goon Wars and Goons of Balatroon. This is an on-chain TCG, a trading card game, which is really fun. It's a card game with no energy. Cards do not have an energy cost. Instead, you're limited based on board space, starting with only one square and expanding one per turn until you end up with 7 tiles to work with. It's a very different flow, tempo, is very different. I'm still wrapping my head around it, my head around it, and it is a really exciting game. I need a Sherlock pipe. I need you guys to spam some emotes so that later on when people watch this video, they'll know how hype it was. Can everyone spam some emotes real quick? Didn't realize I've been on so long. Oh, it's only been 3.5 hours. I mean, I appreciate that, but I don't even consider that very long. Yeah, can we spam some emotes and show the people the Goons community is here and ready to go. This seminar is aimed for the Beamcat community, but it's really for everybody. It's going up on YouTube, which is probably where most people are going to end up seeing it. So, yeah, here is the overview. Here is the overview. Don't mind my prep before stream note there. Here is the overview. We're going to go over the intro. What is the game? Does it cost money? What makes it different? Is it a Hearthstone clone? Is there pay to earn? Number 2, getting started, how to set up your account, showing off the pages on the website, opening packs, all that kind of stuff. What to do when you start playing, preparing for your first games. We'll play a few sample games with the beginner deck. Was Surrey spamming the F emote? It's like, oh god, what's wrong? We're going to go over the meta basics. How do you think about strategy in a TCG without energy? What are the most popular decks? What are some meta staples? You can screenshot this right now and run to the marketplace if you want to get ahead of it. Talk about the learning process, how to brew, how to pilot. Play 2 more games, one with the fire deck, one with the lightning deck. We'll try some more games. We were playing a little fire before I started this seminar a second ago. The word seminar is such a silly word, by the way, but it just feels like, you know, it's basically, what is this, a college lecture on how to play a video game? I don't know. I just can't help it. Seminar. What a word. Everyone keeps calling it the seminar. We're going to go over the collector's stuff. Talk about on-chain TCG collecting, and then we're going to talk about the Genesis set in Goon Wars, card supplies, sealed products, shinies, the marketplace, rewards, and other ways to get stuff besides buying them. I'll show you how to get Beam tokens on the Beam L2 blockchain, which is a layer 2 on the Avalanche. We'll go through all that crap. And then last thoughts and conclusion. Yeah, it's the Flux coin emote. I did a free NFT that I gave to my community a few years ago, and that was the art for it. Never, we had like a channel for it at one point. Oh, hold on, my docs are freezing up. I shouldn't have scrolled. My docs are freezing. Okay, we're back. So let's just get right into it. What is Goons of Balatroon? What is Goon Wars? So as I said, where's the cat? He's asleep in his cat tree right now. The cat is snoozing in the cat tree. You can't really see. I got to get a cat cam. All right. So like I said, it's a card game with no energy system. Instead, you're limited by the space on the board, and what a lot of people are going to notice right away is the art, which is pretty silly. Varying degrees of vulgarity and nonsense here. It's an all-female art team from what I've been told, and apparently they had to tone down about 15 cards, which just went way too far, which really makes you wonder what those cards were when you see stuff like Golden Shower or, you know, let's look. What's some good examples? I mean, some of them are just cool. Like, this is just cool. Liquidated with the Statue of Liberty underwater. Some of them are just cool. The grave robber trying to steal the Bitcoin. But some of them are pretty... I feel like I own none of the most sus artworks, apparently. Here's a good one. Ornithobe smoking his pipe, giving a middle finger to some birds. I feel like I don't have the best examples. Here you go. Jojo Starfish. Oh, here you go. D-Carotene. Like, generally speaking, when I show people this game, the first thing they notice is the art and the card themes. And yes, it is very funny. Lots of memes, some sexual, very, lightly sexual themes and humor. And just overall, adult-themed jokes, shall we say. Seductive, Gorgone. So I've had a lot of people be like, oh, God, oh, these cards are so extra. Oh, I could never be seen playing this. And I'm like, Do you live in 1980, bitch? Like, what are we talking about? Like, come on, it's 2024. Sneak attack. Suffice to say, the art is very funny, and it's just like everyone is reacting to this. So right away, people love or hate the style. If you want to queue up to slow roll the game and explain stuff, we'll play some games in a little bit, Armegus. I'll let you know. Thank you for the offer. So that's basically just something to show right away. Going to the Goons of Balatroon website, before you even load into the game, if you go to goonsofbalatroon.com, and if you're watching this on YouTube, all the links are in the description. If you're watching on Twitch, we can link stuff in the chat or whatever. When you go to the website, before you go to the Play Now button, this is what you're going to see. This is the thing. The risk to earn thing, by the way, don't let this throw you off. When I saw this, I was kind of like, ooh, I don't know about that. Like, when you start playing a card game, the last thing you want to do is gamble because you know that everyone else is going to be better than you. Like, when you start playing, you don't want to risk shit because you know you're going to lose. So, just for the record, the main queue has no wagers. This is a bonus mode. In my opinion, just going to throw an audible here with a little critique. I don't think this should be on the website's homepage. I think this is actually bad. Like, this... So, just one man's opinion. If this throws you off, don't worry. It's not actually that big of a deal. Because to me, that's not a very appealing. So I just point that out. Don't worry about this shit. If you pretend that risk to earn, like, marketing phrase isn't there, I think you can agree. Aside from that, website looks really good. Just doing some real talk there. Sorry, guys, if that's too critical, but just doing some real talk. When you go through the website, here's where you start. The store button brings you here. I'm not sure what's up with these land parcels. We'll have to talk about that in the future once I get educated. As far as card packs go, this is where they sold the Genesis set. It's all sold out. You can't buy anything on this page right now. This is where they sold them back in the day. The original price was around $7.50 for a silver pack, at least for a single pack. Continuing onwards, this is the open packs page. Get a nice little animation here. And then get to this. If you want to open a pack, all you do is click on the pack. You drag it over, put it there, and then you open it. I'm trying to build up my packs collection. I can't open my goal is to get to 100 packs. So I can't be cracking this pack right now. Maybe later we'll open one up or something, but this is where you do it. I got to work on building up my collection right now. Over here, the cards page, you can look at all the cards. We looked at them in the game as well. Here's another example of some sus artwork. How come people tell me the art is sus? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You can filter by stuff. I'm not collectible means the cards that are NFTs. Non-collectible are the free cards that everyone gets for free. These aren't NFTs. Released and unreleased is basically the Genesis set is not fully coded in yet. So these are the cards that are playable today. And then unreleased are the cards that aren't playable yet. It is worth noting, if someone's trying to buy stuff cheaply, it would be reasonable to think that the unreleased cards are probably on a discount because people aren't having short-term FOMO. Like, you can't play with it yet. So maybe now is a good time to buy some of the unreleased cards if you're starting a collection, because once they get added in, there's a chance that demand will go up. Enough said about that. You can filter by creature, the creature. Filter by spells, which are spells, or mysteries, which are mysteries, aka similar to Hearthstone secrets, that kind of thing, trap card type of stuff. And then element, the game has 4 elements. Neutral goes into any deck, and then you got water. Takes a minute to load, which is whatever. You got earth. You got fire. And you got electric. You can mix these together, by the way. Decks are not limited to one type, so you can mix and match. And it's actually interesting, like, a lot of the times you can really run a lot of, like, off-color cards. Like, you're not really incentivized to go all in on one class in this. Going a little bit further, there's some pages for the GOB token. I have not done anything on this page. I don't think you need to do anything here. Staking. Not super sure about all of this. So we can definitely, if you have any questions on what this stuff is, You can go to Discord. It's all closed, so I'm guessing that it's not open right now. Moving on, you've got some different stuff that just kind of shows you the world of Balatroon, since the Goons of Balatroon is an NFT collection of PFPs. Right now, they are on L1 Ethereum. They're on mainnet. And that means, unfortunately, if you want to buy a Goon, the gas fee is probably going to cost you about as much as the NFT itself. With that said, aside from gas fees, they're very affordable right now. The floor price is only $76, 0.0212 ETH. But yeah, if you want to learn more about the world of Balatroon and like beyond even the TCG, just like the overall big picture, this page has a bunch of stuff on that. Today we're going to focus on the card game. We're not going to go too deep into this other stuff. It looks like this is maybe some future plans beyond the TCG. Tomb, Scourer, Scourger. Yeah, so we'll move on from here. I'll take a quick glance at the map. Quick glance. Wow. A lot going on. Nice and colorful. Yeah, so I honestly I don't know about all this. This land, you know, we'll have to do another video once this stuff's going on. Minta Bod. All right, I've gone into unfamiliar territory. Moving on, you've got more documentation in the about page, and then the news page has some blog posts. Okay, do you need to spend money to start playing? So the answer to this is a resounding no. Let's jump back into the game and I'll show you. Basically, if you start a brand new account, you're going to start with 50 cards. There's 10 free cards for each of the 4 classes. And then there's also 10 free cards in the neutral category. So everyone starts with 50 cards. We're going to go over how to use the secondary marketplace, buy cards, expand your collection. But right off the bat, one thing you can do is build a free deck. And we're going to play a few games using a free deck in a little bit. And listen, guys, it's a trading card game. And whenever a trading card game is just getting started, there's always a challenge where some players are way like skilled and they have lots of cards. And then if you just start playing, you get your ass kicked a couple of times because you're just like, you know, playing against players who are way above your level to start. Just embrace it. It's okay to lose a few games. Just expect to lose your first 3 to 5 games. Think of it as a tutorial. It's like you started playing a single player game and the first boss is a scripted death. You know? It's like you're playing Dark Souls 1 and you just got to, what's his face? The fucking Seath, the dragon or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you're taking a scripted death. What's up, Singham R&D? Welcome in. You get golden chests for free? Yeah, you just got to win. These are all just for testing right now. These coins don't actually get you anything yet. I'm sure that's going to change soon. But yeah, when you start your game, if you go to the deck editor, I have lots of extra cards because I've been collecting and buying. But if we only filter for non-NFT cards, then it's only going to show me the free cards. So what we'll do is we'll make a new deck. We'll call it free cards only. And there's also a second mode you can use called random mode, in which case both players get a random deck of 30 random cards unrelated to your collection. That's another option. We'll look at that. But yeah, as far as constructed mode, if I was going to throw together a quick free cards only deck, so we're filtering for only the free cards, which is the non-NFT cards. You'll have all these cards as soon as you sign up. So I would say Karen Wrath. Oh, wait, we have to go in here. Okay, so Karen Wrath is great. Sneaky Swiper is great. Bonnier Best is great. Tomb Scourer is great. Hollow Maidens is great. Random is a great mode, but games take forever. You, Arm, have a way of making those games take forever. I couldn't believe, like, every turn was like reading oh god, I'm missing my reference when I try to make a joke. Every turn was like reading a Dostoevsky novel. Like, I couldn't believe how deep that game got. Blowback Pacho is pretty good. Kiloton Rebels playable. Burning Urger, I might toss it in for fun this time. Fireball's great. Dodo is playable. We can play Dodo. Scorched Earth is playable. Trick Trap can be playable. Electric Rhapsody is interesting. Voltage Junkie is great. And you guys, again, there's no energy costs. You'll see how it works. It sounds crazy, but it really does make sense. The lightning cards are a little bit tricky, the electric cards, with the free cards only. I'd say Trick Trap and Rhapsody are both probably playable. Maybe Raging Halibut. Moving onward, Octocaster is good. Dripping Dolly is great. Choose a creature, become a copy of it. Sleeping Jimmy is good draw. Liquidated is one of the best spells in the game, even though it's free. Bardolph is good. Stone Golem is good. Earth cards are great. Pippa is amazing. Reversal is great. Removal. Irresistible Force is interesting for card advantage. We could run Meteoric Misfortune. Giga Chad is an option, but I don't want to run that. 9.8 is good. Xenos the Cracked is good. Electric Boogaloo is interesting. So we're already up to, 25 cards. Yeah, Golden Shower is pretty funny. We can grab Punitive Grave Robber. Now I'm just going to fill in some stuff. Miasma Canopy. Deep Freeze is interesting, but I don't know. We could run Twin Rivers. It's not great, honestly. We can run it. Maybe Raging Halibut. And then, I don't know, toss in Golden Shower or something. Grounded is okay. Don't miss the Memer. One's the Memer. What are you thinking of? Memer? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, bro. But yeah, one more card. Oh, Mysterious Memer. Yes, Mysterious Memer is good. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so something like that. Basically, that, you play 30. So this is my free cards deck, just running through it real quick. I can include this list in the description for the YouTube video in case you just want to copy it. But point is, you can do something like that, and that'll be a free deck, no problem, easy peasy. And basically, that's all to say. Do you need to spend money to start playing? No. You can make a free deck, and then if you look at the leaderboard, all you have to do is play 10 games, and you're eligible. Even with a 31% win rate, because it's my first season, and I got my ass kicked by some experienced players, like Lucille, number 2, just beat me before I started the seminar. Even with all of that, I'm still going to earn 2 silver packs. That's going to get me 10 free cards. It's also important to mention that I forgot to mention this game is singleton, so you only need 1 copy of a card in your deck. Singleton format. Only 1 copy of a card. So basically, if you make a free deck and you play and you compete on the leaderboard, looks like everything in the top 100 gets rewards. So this is a very viable way to start building your collection. All you got to do is play 10 games per season. Super, super doable. The other option is to play random mode, which is right here. We're not going to do it yet, but that, like I said, generates a random deck for you and the opponent. There is no random mode leaderboard or seasonal rewards yet, but they're working on something. So keep an eye out for random mode. If it is possible to earn rewards there, that'll be the most free-to-play friendly. And then, as we've discussed a little bit, what makes this different from other card games? The big thing is that it's just not a Hearthstone clone, I've enjoyed Gods Unchained. I've enjoyed Champions. I've enjoyed a variety of other games. One thing that's nice about this one is it's just really different from, your energy curve, your creatures. Aggro deck spams the creatures. Control deck uses some removals a few turns later. Who's going to get there first? Can they stabilize? We've played that a lot, right? We've all played that a lot in a variety of games. With no energy curve and using the space on the board as a limitation, even now, after a few weeks, I still find myself really just thinking, just chewing on the basic strategy, just being like, what do I need to do to get better at this? It's such a different thought process, and it's nice, because I will admit, I remember when I played Storm Warfare a month or 2 ago, and it's a good game, but there was part of me that was like, all right, Another basic aggro curve, spamming creatures, pinging for 1 damage, trying to do 30 damage to fate. It's just like, you know, I've done this so many times. In Goon Wars, it's nice how it's so different, you know? And that's really what makes me so bullish about the game, is like the different game design combined with the really memey cards and art, which gets everyone reacting, combined with the fact that it is free to play friendly, community's great, NFT project's cool. You know, there's a lot of stuff. So that pretty much covers the absolute basics. Next up, getting started. How to set up an account. I mean, I guess I'll refresh the page here. Let's go back to the, is this it? So if we go to the home page, let me log out. If I can. Log out. And so if you need to make an account, go to the home page and click on sign up right here. You got login, you got your boxes, all this stuff, and then you just have the sign up button. Just click on that, enter in your stuff, and then referral links aren't working yet, but once they are working, I'll get one. So make sure to use code QFlux or whatever it is. I'll put it in the description. Tell them Flux sent you. All right. Let me log back in. But I've logged myself out. Let me log back in immediately. We'll probably jump into a couple games and show off some gameplay. Holding, loading, processing. Right. That's right. Referral code QFlux sent me. Yeah, exactly. So that's how you create an account. Super easy. You know how to do it. All right, let's do it. Let's jump into the game and let's play a few games using that free deck, and let's just see how it goes. Armegas, if you want to queue up, bro, you're welcome to, or anyone who can queue up. You don't have to play slowly. You can just play normally. I'm not going to be like super deep on the strategy or anything. I just want to show off the flow of the game, the basic idea of what's going on. I don't think this video is going to get too deep into strategy. We are going to go over the meta, but we're not going to get in the weeds of like, here's your best opening against this deck and that deck. You know, we're going to keep it pretty high level view. This is meant to just be a thorough introduction to the game for the Beamcat community and anyone else who might be interested, which is more and more people. So let's jump over to the free deck. There we go. Play a game. All right. We got Urger in the opening hand, which is interesting. I could just dump all of my cards at the beginning and then redraw. It's kind of a risky strategy, but why not? Let's have some fun. Okay, we're actually up against Joe. So let's get going. Let's play Stone Golem, maybe. Okay, so what's the plan? So let's just go over the basics. Hold on. Refresh, reset. Let's start over. Okay, look at the board. We have 1 tile. They have 2 tiles. So you'll see right away, I can play any of these creatures. I have 5 creatures. I can play any of them. I'm going to play my Stone Golem. Now, this has MIA for 2 turns. So I play it, and it's just going to be nothing for 2 turns. Then it's going to wake up. Once it wakes up, it gets Insult, which is the same thing as Frontline, Provoke, Taunt. You know what I mean? Like, they have to attack it first. I have no more room on the board, so I cannot play any more cards. I can't play them on their side. I can't do anything. That's it. So no energy costs, but I'm just out of space. So I pass the turn. We'll see what Joe does. And right away, you're thinking about it in a completely different way. Okay, they have the same card. We both have the same Stone Golem, turn 1. Or the same idea. And basically, it's just immediately different. In a normal card game, you're thinking, okay, this card costs 5, this card costs 1. Oh, I drew all my late game stuff. Oh, or, oh, nice, I got all my cheap cards. But But in this game, there is no energy screw. There is no, I drew my high energy cost card on turn 1. You still have cards you might want to get later or earlier in the game, but it's not based on energy curve, and it just fundamentally changes the way you're thinking about the game, which is really interesting. Is that the Pyramid Warden opening equivalent? I don't even know, Hugo. Like, I'm still learning. It's so different that I've seen a few interesting openings, but I couldn't even tell you, like, what's the strongest opening. Like, it's so different that, like, usually I have a pretty good idea pretty quickly, but in this case, I really just don't. I actually haven't seen a lot of people play Stone Golem, but it does seem like it should be insanely strong, so I want to run it in more decks. Alright, so I'll use my Blowback Pacho, deal 4 damage to their guy. And remember, y'all, we're playing with the free deck. I'm only using free cards right now. The free cards are actually really fun, and they're quite viable. Now, listen, every card game is pay to win. Every card game, the stronger cards become more expensive on secondary because demand goes up, because people want stronger cards. This is inevitable in every card game ever, unless you do it like Dominion, where you sell the whole set of cards or whatever. And Dominion's not really, you know, it's a different kind of game. But point is, like, this is no different in that regard. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to bullshit. Like, oh, there's no pay to win at all. Like, every card game has some of it. But I would say in Goon Wars, the budget cards are relatively strong. And it seems pretty generous for, like, the free cards. It seems pretty generous. This has Barrier. That's basically Protect or anything. That's Protect. God's Unchained. Gerwolf's Child, Last Breath. Add 2 random creatures to your hand. So Last Breath is when it dies. I could Leech, or I'm sorry, I could Censor, which means Silence. So I could silence this, and they won't get 2 extra cards. They're kind of low on cards in their hand. So we'll use the Silence on that. That could backfire, though. If they have a big buffed creature, then I'm not going to be able to debuff it later. I could attack the 4/3 and take off the Barrier. I think I will. Now they're going to die when they attack our Stone Golem. And then lastly, let's play Electric Rhapsody. When this dies, I can put another Barrier on our big insult guy. Censor means silence. Just remove all text from the card. Joe is not just using free cards. Exactly. This guy is playing with some strong cards. And that's okay, you know, that's good for this guide. We're going to show you guys, like, what's really going on. I don't want to do the thing a lot of content creators do where they get, like, all the best stuff. They get every advantage. And then they, like, say, oh, you can do it too, you know? Like, someone has, like, a $2,000 Axie team. It's, like, 2021. And they're like, hey, bro, you and your $20 team is going to be great. Just, you know, try harder. I always hated that shit, so I'm making a point of playing with the same exact deck. You know, I'm trying to show you guys exactly what you're going to deal with. All right, so they were able to remove my 9 health guy using that direct removal spell, the reversal. Destroy a creature. Your opponent gains health equal to the creature's attack. This is a great card. At the end of your turn, draw a card and lose 2 health. So we need to use Voltage Junkie to get some more draws. We can actually empty the hand and play Burning Urger to draw 2 more cards. I think that's the play. We're going to sacrifice the 3/1. Gonna play the Voltage Junkie. There's also, so another thing I haven't mentioned yet, the tiles have types. When you play a creature on a tile, it makes that tile have the same type as that creature. And the type of the tile remains there even after the creature dies, until something else gets played there. Furthermore, neutral cards do not erase the tile type. If you play a neutral card on a fire tile, it's still a fire tile. So now I'm going to play Trick Trap. Discard a random card, Last Breath, draw a card. It's the last card I'm playing. My time runs out. But yeah, so now Burning Urger, my hand is empty. I draw 2 cards. Then I draw a card from the Voltage Junkie. I believe you have to play Voltage Junkie first, and then Burning Urger second, in order for that to work. Otherwise, the Junkie draws first and blocks the Urger's effect. Urger has to be played second. It seems to be like last in is the first one to proc. Oh yeah, with Survey. What Dave said is correct. Now the thing is, this goes both ways. This goes both ways. Like, they get to draw 2 cards if their hand is empty at the end of the turn. But it looks like they're not going to be able to take advantage of that. Yeah, they didn't. So I'm massively outdrawing them now, which is huge. So the Gorgon ensnared our Kiloton Rebel. The cleavage was just too strong. They have the shiny Gorgon. This has 5 health left. This gave him an extra card. So I could liquidate. Liquidate pretty much answers this whole situation. What we really want to do is empty out the hand again and draw more. Although I'm not going to be able to do that if I trade in the Urger. Here. Let's empty out the hand. This is a bit risky, but I'm really playing into the burning Urger. Just getting those extra draws. Don't get too excited about Urger because it's not that consistent. Like, when it works, it can look so good. But that's not necessarily the most consistent. This will draw me 1 card unless I play this first. I guess I'll play this first, and we'll just have to see if I can play the rest of my cards. Down to 18 seconds. Watch out for time, guys. Watch out for time. All right. We're going to hold on to Dripping Dolly. We're not getting the Urger bonus. I destroyed my own Urger. I think that was probably the wrong call. I was out of time. I just didn't want them to get draws off of it. That was probably the wrong choice. No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. That was a time crunch decision. Don't judge me. That was a time crunch decision. That was not it. That was not the play. Okay, they have a mystery. That was not it. Let's see what happens when I play Bonye. I could have actually copied this first with the Dripping Dolly, maybe. I'm scared of this mystery is the thing, though. Attack with the 3/3 first. See what happens. Okay, it's probably Hollow Maidens or something. Or it could be Caught by Cole. Wouldn't that activate when this attacks? Let's see. Looks like we're okay. I'm just going to copy my strongest creature, and we'll see if that's enough. We'll see if that's enough. We'll see. And yeah, they are not playing with free cards, and I am playing with free cards. So I already acknowledged every card game has some pay to win in it, but this is also a good demonstration of how the free cards can absolutely be effective. They can absolutely be effective. I mean, I literally played 2 games before I started doing this, and I lost using my stronger deck. Now I'm playing with the free deck, and we're potentially maybe going to get a win. So it's just a great example. When you start playing a card game, the worst thing you can do is just, like, mauled over the expensive cards. The best thing you can do... So they might... It looks like lethal, but it might not be. Hold on. They might have one more turn because of their mystery, so let's just see. Do we kill them, or is it deep freeze? Okay, so they stay alive. When your avatar takes fatal damage, prevent it and become untouchable. So we can't even kill them now. They don't take any more damage. We'll play the Octocaster because it gives us a spell. Well, that's pretty much guaranteed GG, unless they can make a big heal, because that's just deal 5 damage. Well, it's still true. This game has pay to win in it, just like every other card game. It's just delusional to say a trading card game has no pay to win. Because, this is totally unrelated to today's seminar, but like, if you think about it, like, a secondary market for a card game is naturally going to have higher prices for stronger cards. Like, it just makes sense, right? Like, how would that not happen, right? If a card game has scarce cards and a secondary market, why would the strongest cards not cost more than the weakest cards? Like, just on basic principle, like, you know what I mean? So I refuse to let any game tell me that this is the one that's different. But it is true that budget decks can be quite effective in this game. And the game is so new that realistically skill is a lot more important than like a pay to win collection right now. As you know, we don't have to get lost on the pay to win discussion. The point is, pay to win in this game is not too bad. It's well within the what is reasonable for a card game. That's what I would say. But yeah, that was a good sample match. Honestly, like I think we can just leave it to that one sample match for now. We'll play some more games in a minute. But I will include that free deck list in the description. Maybe the thing is, it's actually kind of good that worked out. I wanted to make a video. I'm going to make a standalone video, like your first Goons deck, and this is going to be it. So keep an eye out for that as well. I'll make a standalone video for Twitter and YouTube soon going over that deck. That was a great sample match. Okay, let's move on. I would have played more, but honestly, that was such a good example. So next up, meta basics. Okay, so we've already looked a little bit at the strategy. I am not an expert at this game, so we're going to keep this pretty light. I'm not going to teach you something that I don't know. But I will say there's a few thoughts I have on this. And then, yes, you can peep my list of meta staples. It's right here. Spoiler alert. Everyone gets to see it. So there it is. We'll go through that list in a minute, but it's on screen now. If anyone wants to rush to try to fucking buy things first or whatever, I don't know. Not financial advice. Do your own damn research. How do you think about strategy in a card game without energy? So a few things I've learned from a couple of years of spending 60 hours a week grinding card games. Like, I have obsessed my life, like obsession of I can't phrase it. The level of obsession I've had over on-chain TCGs puts me in the top, handful of people on earth. There's no way anyone outside of a couple other crazy people is doing what I'm doing, because I've been literally obsessing over the whole space. I've played Axie Classic, I've played Gods Unchained, I've played Splinterlands, I've played Parallel, I've played Magic, I've played Marvel Snap, I've played Web 2 ones as well, you know what I mean? Like I've this and that. Goon Wars now, Champions TCG. There's other games on my list. Like, trust me, I have a lot of experience now. You want to focus on a few key things. A few key things. Let's even add it in. So one, card acquisition is the main source of progress. High ranks equals overrated. High ranks are a result of being skilled. All right. When you try to focus on what your rank is, you start playing worse. It's better to focus on getting more cards and on playing as well as you can. But focusing on ranks is just a path to tilt and misery. So, like, try to win every game, try to play your best, try to get better. But the less you think about your rank, the better you will play. And the better you play, the higher your rank will be on average over time. So don't think about ranks. Paradoxically, thinking about ranks results in a lower rank. Focus on card acquisition, and specifically aim to acquire underpriced evergreen cards. Avoid overpriced, I forget the word for this, but like fleeting cards. This is something I got from Elijah from the Axie scene. This is like his concept for Axie that I think applies to a lot of games. You want to look for cards that'll be useful in many decks now and in the future that are currently at a low price, even if they're not the strongest cards in the game. You want to avoid overpriced cards that are only good in like one or two decks and that are likely to get worse over time. The mistake a lot of people make, especially with limited funds, if you're a whale, you can maybe waste more money and not worry. But if you're on limited funds, like most people, you don't have enough money to buy a full set and just fuck off and just have everything, then it's really important to don't make that mistake. Because what a lot of people do, what I did in Gods Unchained when I was collecting, I bought the strongest, most expensive cards. All those cards have lost value. We're not here to talk about Gods Unchained, but just like, trust me, like I spent, $600 on a playset of Blade of White Plains in Gods Unchained. Now it's worth 50% or less what it used to be. And I have a lot of stories like that. It could have happened anyway, but one thing that I really did that fucked me up was I bought the most expensive, powerful cards of the moment, but they were fleeting. Don't buy fleeting cards. Buy evergreen cards. There are usually cards that are really strong, playable in a variety of decks. You could easily imagine them being strong in the future in other circumstances, or smart players just tell you, yo, this card is really good. It's not expensive. Buy it. However you figure it out, go for those. I mean, just having fun for sure, but I feel like just have fun isn't very actionable. So I agree, just have fun, but I'm getting into a little more of the specifics because it's sometimes when you lose 5 games in a row, you're not having fun. Okay, I don't care. Like, you can be fucking Ned Flanders. You can be Ned Flanders straight home from church with 2 beautiful kids eating lunch at the kitchen table while your wife is like chilling watching TV, and you lose 5 in a row. You're gonna be a salty motherfucker just like me. So it's like, definitely that's where like, and to me this stuff is what makes it fun. I mean, if you're just going to be a casual and just putz around doing whatever, then you don't really need my advice. Just do whatever the fuck you want, right? But if you're going to be a little bit of a tryhard, I think these are the things that make it fun instead of making it frustrating, because when you're trying really hard, you just can't even tell what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. It gets very frustrating. So yeah, exactly. Like, the shift. Right now, a killer deck can win 90%, but in 4 cards come out and the deck drops to being terrible. Like, the meta is changing so far fast. Anything can happen. So and Hugo agrees. Go for overlooked staple cards. Stay away from hyped up meta stuff. This is true for all card games. And this is why I'm starting to get much better. Not at any one game, but I'm getting better at all of the games. Is because I understand this. So those are just 2 points to keep in mind. Card acquisition is your main source of progress. Acquire underpriced evergreen cards. And by the way, the best way to acquire cards for free equals really easy. Play 10 games per season minimum and participate in community events. Trivia / game night, poker night, tournaments, including random mode tournament. So those are just like a few thoughts on that. It's not really about how to win games. It's more about like how to think about the game before you even queue up. You know, once you have this stuff locked in, then the only other thing is for actual in-game strategy, iterate. Review games, ask other experienced players for feedback on tricky spots. Watch streams / videos from good players. Seek coaching if you really want to get good. 1% better per day. Avoid mindless games / mindless grinding. A common sense approach goes a long way. Yeah, I mean, like, I could break this up into like a few different grinding. Always try your best. And when you get destroyed, copy what beat you or figure out a counterplay. So those are some basic thoughts on that. Okay. So now with that said, what are the most popular decks in Goon Wars? So a lot of people are playing fire decks. The fire decks utilize a card called Magma Dom in particular, which is, I'm still filtering. No, I'm not. You go to fire. He is. So it's a 1/4 creature that says whenever a friendly fire creature dies, shuffle it into your deck and draw a card. So fire decks that are cycling through lots of fire creatures to shuffle them back into the deck, getting a ton of extra value. They're using cards like Fireball, extra 5 damage. This can finish you off to face. Blitz Toast can enable Gerwolf's Child, or it can buff one of your creature's attack to get the finishing. Shank Shack is a really strong draw spell. There's some strong spells. Potentially Caught by Coal is interesting, but I don't have like a perfect fire deck, but something roughly like this, as well as using Deforester, which synergizes well with the Magma Dom. You've got Beersaurus for a big stat line creature. MIA 2 turns, can't attack enemy avatar, but 8/8 is huge. 4-ton Rebel, or Kiloton Rebel. So basically, like, lots of creatures, cycling through the creatures, trying to get a bunch of big stuff on the board when your opponent runs out of answers. Then there's Earth decks. I don't have an Earth deck like I don't have an example of all the top decks. I don't have all the cards right now, but if you look at the Earth cards, we can just go through some of the stuff. So Earth decks tend to use the biggest stat lines. They tend to be healing lots of HP, and they tend to basically tank up and go control mode. Van Dam Chicken is your favorite artwork so far. That one's funny. So you've got Stone Golem, a 3/9 insult. That's just MIA for 2 turns. With insult, MIA is even a little bit better because like the summoning sickness after it flips over is less of a downside because they have to attack it first. This one, a 3/3 leech that buffs another creature's HP. This one, a 4/2 that'll give you 6 health. This one might not be that good, actually. Green Pippa is really good, though. So a 2/4, all damage dealt to Green Pippa is reduced to 1. So what you do is you stat buff this, and you give it Insult, a.k.a. Frontline, and then it's Nightmare. Your opponent will need some kind of Silence with Karen, or something called Shifter that can reduce the stats to 1/1, or some kind of hard removal. Any stat damage-based effects are going to be useless against this. So Green Pippa is one example. This is a big stat buff with no conditions. You can run this in all kinds of decks, by the way, not just Earth decks. There is some hard removal. Ornithobe is an example of more stat buffs. +4, +7, and Insult. That's an insane buff. Only downside is that then it can't attack. So Earth is just huge stats. Avocadeath. Whenever a creature dies, give a random friendly creature +1/+1. Creeping Chest, Insult, Warcry. Gain +1/+1 for each friendly Earth tile. So this could be a 7/7 Insult. Also, you got some good draw. Irrational Hoarding, for example. Draw 2 cards, end your turn. So in general, lots of leech, lots of big stats. This is a really strong card as well. Add a copy of a friendly creature that died this turn to your hand. So Earth has that kind of flavor, and there's Earth decks that take advantage of that and just like heal up, stack the board, and basically the Earth decks are just trying to put so much value on the board that you can't answer it all. That's basically what Earth's trying to do. As far as water goes, so basically what we're doing is we're walking through the 4 classes. There's lots of different combinations. Like Armegus pointed out that Earth combined with fire is pretty strong. I honestly feel like this meta is super immature in the sense that there just hasn't been a lot of people theory crafting, and so it's possible the best decks haven't even been discovered yet. Or like if you drop 1,000 players on this game for a day, the meta could be completely different overnight. I really think there's a lot of room for new players to find cool new ideas or better decks or things that just work really well. With that said, we covered Earth, we covered Fire. Looking at Water, Water is the 1-turn kill / combo class. Dripping Dolly is the key card, and this is actually a free card. You have this as soon as you make an account. 1/1, but the stat line doesn't matter because the Warcry. Choose a creature and become a copy of it. If you can make a huge creature with Pounce, which is haste or blitz, in other words, Pounce means it can attack right away. If you're able to create a big Pounce creature and then copy it, you can basically 1-turn kill from fairly high health. And so what people use is they use Pressurized Blob. 1/3 Pounce, gain +1 attack whenever a water card is played. They use this, and then they cycle through a ton of water cards to juice it up and buffs and stuff until it's like 10 attack or ideally 15 attack. In theory, basically, if you make this a 15 attack creature and then you combine it with the clone, you have 30 damage on the board, 1-turn kill. Realistically, you might get some damage before that, so you only have to kill them from 20, 25, 18, 15, but like a lot of the water stuff is going to go around this Dripping Dolly combo potential. And then, yeah, there's also some mystery synergy, so stuff like this. If you control a mystery card, deal 3 damage. There's a card called Sly's Mystery, which draws 2 mystery cards from your deck. And like there is a bunch of stuff that is going on. So mystery or combo 1-turn kill type stuff tends to be what water cards do. And this is not a full collection. This is just the cards I have in my account right now. I am rapidly accumulating, so I should be getting closer to a full collection pretty soon, but just keep in mind, we're not, I could go to the website and show you guys all the cards, but it's not necessary. Lastly, Electric. At the moment that I'm making this video, just like this week in the meta, Electric hasn't been very popular. That said, it just takes one new card to be added to the game and everything could change. I've got my eye on a few cards that are being added in soon because, as I said back at the beginning, the Genesis set is out. All the cards are out. They're owned. They're in the packs. They're in people's accounts, but they aren't all playable yet. They're still coding in the Genesis set a week or two at a time. Bro, it's not just me anymore, Arm. It's also my friends I've been telling about. I wasn't expecting people to start buying stuff so fast. Damn, I know multiple people right now who are sweeping commons and rares and just like establishing their baseline, collection. I've been impressed at how quickly people are jumping on. I mean, people are seeing some potential there for sure. On top of me trying to scoop up cards. So Electric is kind of like the aggressive class. It's like mono red in Magic. It's like War in Gods Unchained. It's the most aggressive, the most pounce, the most like direct. Not really burn damage. Like Fire has the burn damage. Water has the like combo-y stuff. Electric just has the raw hitting them in the face type stuff, as well as some interesting draw potential. So you got cards like this one, 1/4 Xenos the Cracked, which is Pounce, and it's whenever this creature takes damage, deal 1 damage to a random enemy, and you can stat buff this, and it gets really interesting. You have Aspirant. Whenever you play an electric card, gain +1 attack, kind of like the Pressurized Blob without Pounce, but with a little more health. Basic 3/2 Pounce, hit him in the face. Pounce and Snare. This one's probably not that good, but just another example of Pounce creatures. Lots of Pounce. This is one of the most iconic electric cards. Mevthar, God of Power, 5/3 MIA for 3 turns. When it awakens, deal 10 damage, randomly split among all creatures. This is a different one, different kind of flavor, but just one of the cards you'll see sometimes, Terroramba. If you control 7 tiles, it just means if you have 7 tiles open. Not open, like if there are 7 tiles and you're that deep in the game, gain +7/+7, so it becomes a 10/10. This one's pretty strong just for the stat line combined with Insult. Through the Watcher, give a creature +2/+1, so stat buffs, Pounce, spell damage, just like doing lots of damage, and like if your board sticks for a couple turns, you're able to ramp up pretty quickly. It's an interesting class. It's just that the removal in the game right now is keeping it a little bit oppressed. It's just like not able to push the damage quite fast enough. It's a slower meta. And if you are trying to be really aggressive, you probably want to do water combos. Where is the free card deck list? I have to write it out. I'll show you in a second. I can write it out real quick. I have to like type it out. This is a big one. Oh, you have a link? Oh, I think they meant the deck list, not the website. Also worth mentioning for the electric is Rise of the Robots. Summon a 1/1 Rebel Bot with Pounce for each friendly electric tile. So this summons a bunch of Pounce 1/1s, and then you can buff them with Sapien Charge. Give all electric creatures on electric tiles +2 attack until end of turn. So if you have a full 7-tile lightning board, then Rise of the Robots plus Sapien Charge is a 21 damage to face combo. So this combo, Sapien plus Rise, is like the finishing blow, the haymaker. That's like the real one. I got you in 1 second, Hoon. You just got to chill for a minute, and I got you. So that's a basic breakdown of the 4 classes. With that said, as you guys saw from the free deck, if you combine classes, like you don't have to build a deck around any one class. One option is to focus on 1 or 2 classes. Another option is just go 4 color and just build a deck that doesn't focus on class synergies. Both are possible, and that's one of the interesting things. So yeah, this is the list. I gotta type it out real quick, honestly. Like we should just real quick. I'll write it. I'll write it out. So free deck list is Karen Wrath, Sneaky Swiper, Bonnier Best, Tomb Scorer, Hollow Maidens, Blowback Pot. I mean, realistically, there's other ways you could, there's 50 free cards and there's 30 cards in a deck. So you're basically choosing which 20 cards to exclude, right? The deck partially builds itself, but it's helpful to have something you can just like copy and paste so you don't have to trust your own instincts. Especially in a game like this, because the design is so different that it really is quite hard to have an intuition on it right away. Almost done typing this out, then we'll just have it for everyone. Felt like it was too much work. I'm just happy to be, doing something interesting. I don't know. I like this. This is nice. It's nice to do like a presentation. I like getting all this information in one place, tossing it up on YouTube. This is great, honestly. I'm having a blast. I don't mind typing this out at all. Yeah, I think that's the list. All right, yeah, that's the full thing. Good typer. I learned how to type properly over the pandemic. I signed up for a site. I think it was Typing Club. Total unpaid shout out here. But I fucking love Typing Club. I should literally email them and be like, yo, will you sponsor me? I fucking love this site. I used this over the pandemic. I've lost some of it because I kind of like reverted partially to some bad habits, but I've retained a decent amount of like the proper two-handed typing, like 4 fingers on the keyboard with each hand. Typing Club is dope. So yeah, that's the list. I can literally just like share this document directly in the chat here. Let's see, copy link. Can you guys access if I do this? Let me know if that link works. I don't know. Moving on, continuing with our thing, let's talk about some budget meta staples. So this is my list of cards that I... No, it doesn't? Okay, hold on. I thought that might not work. Hang on. Okay, I'm not... It might be the same link again. But I think it's the same exact link, but this time it'll work. Well, you can trust my links because I'm the streamer. Yeah, I thought that would work. Okay. All right, so let's go through some meta staples. We can actually pull up the marketplace for this. So I looked at the marketplace yesterday, and when I looked yesterday, these cards were cheap. I also want you guys to know, I was telling my friends about this game, and I was giving them advice, and I specifically did not give them the list of cards that I'm recommending. So, like, I was in the Discord with my boys, and I was like, listen, guys, I have a list for tomorrow's thing, and I can't share it with you because that would be like pump and dump. Like, then they could buy them before I told everyone else. You guys know I'm like really trying to be honest. Like, I literally like I didn't buy these. I have 1 copy of each card on this list. I'm pretty sure, maybe 2 copies of something. I wouldn't let my friends know ahead of time. Like, I went out of my way to try to make sure there's no pump and dump advantage. So just for the record, you guys, layer swap on gods but goons. I'm not sure. Honestly, not sure. I not positive on that. Maybe someone else knows. There's a few different ways to get beam. I'm going to show one of the ways pretty soon. We're getting there. But first, let's go to the market, actually. So here, let's go to sphere.market. This link will be in the description for people watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, I'll link it right now. Layer swap to AVAX. Didn't layer swap get exploited, though? I heard that layer swap got exploited. Is it safe to use? I thought they had an issue recently, but I'm not... Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, I type in Goons. Recently, yes. Okay, is it safe again? Be careful with that one for sure. Be careful. There was another one I heard about that you could use to get beam. There's a few options. Probably outside the scope of this discussion, but definitely there's some options. All right, let's go through my budget staples list. Wait, wrong search bar. So here's my budget staples. Prices are starting to go up. Oh, okay. Well, this is no longer a budget staple. It's still affordable, but it's more expensive than it used to be. Listen, guys, all I can say is demand for the cards is increasing quick. So these were cards that were really cheap yesterday. Where's the Return of the Death in the budget meta? What are you talking about, Return of the Death? The death in this game? There's no death class. What do you mean? You mean in Gods Unchained, or what are we talking about? Anyway, let's go through the list. Some of them might be higher priced because people have been starting to sweep floors. Shifter is a really strong removal spell. Set the attack and HP of a creature to 1. Great to answer the green Pippa combos, that creature that only takes 1 damage at a time. Great for answering any stat buffs, Evil Nicholas, Terror Ramba, the Salamander Fire card. I mean, there's a million of them, right? Any stat buff. This is just a really useful removal. It's $262 right now. Keep an eye out. See if you can find a cheaper deal. Make an offer for like 50 cents. Maybe someone will take you up on it. Speaking of Evil Nicholas, that's the next card on the list. Yeah, bro. I think I mentioned to my friends a couple cards and they immediately swept them all up. This is why I don't fucking tell people. Evil Nicholas is up to $4, but this is a really strong card. Really, really strong. Gain +1/+1 for each empty tile in play. This can easily become a 6/6, 7/7, 10/10. I mean, the biggest it could be is 13/13. That's a really good one. Return of the Death card. Search it, man. Okay, let me look. Oh, it's also a really good card. Yeah, I agree. This one's also really good. I got you. No, Return of the Dead is another great value card. 100% agree. Add it to the list. Unofficial. That's a good one. I didn't have it on the list, but it is very good. This one is really good. Gerwolf's Child. Even at this price, it's still a really good deal. $1.38. This goes into pretty much every deck. Pretty much every deck in the game. I don't know. I see this in most games. Like this goes into pretty much everything. What is the beast? The one that the one Intoxicated Beast? Yeah, that is a good one. If you have nothing on the board, that's actually pretty nasty because then they can't even sack it. Just like get them stuck. Magnum Crunch. This one is not as essential. It was just really cheap yesterday. I don't know. Destroy a creature with 7 or more attack. This one, under $1, it's probably pretty good. It's not quite as good as the ones I showed before, but it's a pretty solid removal spell. You're gonna need removals. And so I feel like Magnum Crunch is a good option because the stronger option is a card called Roided Radis, but it's more expensive. So this is the more expensive one. And then Crunch is a little cheaper. You could also run both in a deck sometimes. Oh, before Rat came out. Yeah, Crunch is a more budget option. You could also just buy the Roided Radis directly. Like I said, y'all, this market is moving fast. I literally made this list yesterday and a bunch of stuff got swept, so it is what it is, but we keep rolling. Blitz Toast is right around it. There's 1 copy at $1. Deal 2 damage to a friendly creature, give it +3 attack. This is pretty good. It can kill Gerwolf's Child on your side of the board if you want to get the effect, get the value. Or it can just be used as an attack buff. This seems pretty solid at $1. It's a pretty good buy. I think all these cards got more expensive, though. All of them got more expensive. There we go. Here, finally, one of them is cheap. At 50 cents, Intoxicated Beast is pretty good. 7/7. Whenever you play a creature, lose 5 health. One opening that's pretty strong is Intoxicated Beast, and then you clone it with that water card that copies a creature. So if you go second, then on turn 1, you can have 2 7/7 beasts, and you just take 5 damage. Then you're threatening to do 14 damage next turn. So that's a pretty good opening. This one you definitely want at least 1 copy of. Man, I can't believe how fast the floors are rising. Shit. I need to dump more of my money into Goons faster. Next up, Sly's Mystery. Another one that got swept overnight, but it's still under $1. This is just simple card advantage. You play 1 card and you get 2 cards. Obviously, it's only mysteries. Draw 2 mystery cards, but it's just 1 for 2. Simple as that. Every mystery deck will always run this. So very good to have one of these. I mean, honestly, this is just crazy strong for any deck that focuses on mysteries. Seems really essential to get one of those. Got a bunch more. We got like 5 more. Can't buy them anymore. Hey, you had your chance. Pressurized Blob. Under $1, and this is absolutely one of the most important cards in the water class. This is a key combo enabler. Ounce with the ability to self-buff makes this so strong. And this is a great example of an evergreen card. This is very unlikely to get power crept. Pounce 1/3 with the attack buffing every time. Like, there's very low chance of them creeping this. There's very low chance of this not being strong in the future. There's no reason to think it won't be good in a year, 2 years, 3 years. This is a great example of an evergreen card. Like, water decks will run this for years to come. Make sure you have at least one of them if you ever want to play water. A few more cards and we'll wrap up the budget meta staples. Basically, everything cheap. Buy all of it. Oh, here we go. Finally, something actually cheap because no one wants to play electric right now. This is a great one. Rise of the Robots. Summon a 1/1 bot with pounds for each friendly electric tile. We discussed this before. Part of the finishing combo for the electric deck, at least so far. And it's only a quarter, 24 cents. So definitely want to pick some of those. I just want to buy all 6 of these. I just want to go yeet and scoop them up. I won't because that'd be mean since I'm trying to get you guys to start playing, but I want to. Want to scoop all those up. Oh, this is a great value as well. Racks here, again, 28 cents. There's only one of them on the market, so if any of you is brand new, buy this right now. Just go, quick. Insult and Ensnare, 3/4 stat line with the Insult and Snare combo. It's just enough value to be playable just as a basic value card. Might not, like, go into every deck, but it's another one that they're not going to power creep it. They're not going to reprint something just like this. It's just like a kind of a standalone card that's pretty good and nothing else does quite what it does. Even at 88 cents, it's probably still a good buy. If anyone can snag that 28-cent copy, that's the nuts right there. That's really good. Next up, Electromental. Just a crucial electric card. And again, it's 7 beam, only 25 cents. I just think this is a very strong card because it's a card that pulls another card out of the deck. So Pounce 1/1, but the last breath, the death rattle, what happens when it dies? Add a random creature with Pounce from your deck to your hand. And so just that, add a random creature to your hand. It's basically a free 1/1 ping that replaces itself immediately with another thing that has immediate impact. I think this is super underpriced. Again, there's a single copy. Someone's trying to free up some beam. Whoever can get it first, I recommend buying it. Otherwise, I think it's worth $1. I wouldn't necessarily pay $3, but probably up to around $1. This is a good buy. Then 2 more cards. Alpha Aphid, however you say it. Give a friendly creature plus 3 HP, and it's a 3/6. That's basically 12 points of stats with no MIA, and that's just a ton of stats. So under $1, pretty good buy just for your big stats Earth decks, I think. I mean, any Earth players can correct me if this is actually like unplayable. I don't know, but the level of stats seems pretty undeniable there. And then this one I know for sure is in every Earth deck and is also playable in other decks as like a off-color splash card, and that's Avocadeth. It's a 2/4, but the important thing is the text. Whenever a creature dies, yours or your opponent's, whenever a creature dies, give a random friendly creature +1/+1. That's just super strong. Must run in every Earth deck, but also runnable in other decks. And it's a common. So it's going to be one of the more expensive commons, but this is worth the $3. I mean, this is worth like $3 to $5, pretty much, you know? Yeah, I don't know, Squid. It seems like there's some of both. There's some 4-color piles, and then there's some like really focused class-specific decks. The range of deck building that seems to be possible is very exciting. I think deck builders, brewers can have a lot of fun. You missed the Shank Shack. I wouldn't say I missed it. I would say that it's not a comprehensive list, you know? So I'm not saying that I showed every single card. My goal was just to show off a handful of really good value cards to get people thinking. Definitely not intending to show every single card that's good that is a common, but I am happy to show off Shank Snack real quick as well. So another really good budget option is Shank Shack for anything with fire. Draw a random fire card from your deck to your hand. If it's a creature card, add an additional copy. What's crazy about this is that it copies a creature card, and because every deck is singleton, you only have one copy, so being able to copy something is actually very powerful. This will be interesting if you run it in a deck with only one other fire card, and then you guarantee getting a copy as long as you draw Shank Shack first. I don't know. I mean, maybe you'd run it with 2 or 3 fire, but there's an option to run this with like only 1 or 2 fire cards otherwise. You know what I mean? To guarantee. There's a lot. Otherwise, you can just run it in a big fire deck. So that's a great deal at 67.71 cents. There's a handful listed below $1. Great ideating, love it. Yeah, just thinking out loud. So good call, Lucille. Good call. Shank Shack, another great budget card. And I'm sure there's plenty of other ones. Guys, listen. Go to the Goon Wars cards collection on Sphere Market. Low to high. And you can just fucking scroll. And I mean, a lot of these cards cost a quarter. They cost 25 cents to 50 cents. You can really just, like, if you have a little money to spend, I would just buy everything that costs under $1. Like, just get one copy of everything under $1. As soon as there's, like, a few thousand people interested in this game, none of these cards will cost less than $1. Logically. Not financial advice, but just logically. Oh, speaking of some of the nastiest art in the game, Tea Time. It's fucking vile. Vile. Oh, God. I would really like... Yeah, and look if someone's listing stuff at a low price. I would be surprised if any of these cards are under $1 in 6 months. Maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like everything is a good deal. Tea Time is released. I have no idea. Wasn't talking about strategy, just talking about the art. With that said, I think we'll play a second. Let's jump into another game. We played with the free deck. So this time, let's try playing with the lightning deck, since everyone's enjoying the lightning deck. Let me... Yeah, in Discord, there's lots of, all kinds of stuff. All right, let's, I got an electric deck. Trying to think if there's anything. Well, I don't know. We're in the middle of this, so I'll run it as it is. Let's try a game with the electric deck. And we'll just give another example, play a second game, show you guys what a deck might look like. We saw the free-to-play deck. Now let's see how the lightning deck feels. I built this a few days ago or a week ago. This deck, we'll see. So we have Mevthar, we have Raxier. Those are both good early game cards. Liquidated and Rise of the Robots, not as much. What's up, Joe? Welcome in. Yeah, I don't know if Tea Time is released, Squid. Sorry, I didn't mean to give you a salty answer. Sorry if that was salty. I just don't know. I don't think it's released. I could play Mevthar instantly. Up against our Mega, let's go. I just want you to play like normal. I want you to play a normal game against me. Okay, bye. The creature versus spell mystery balance is something I'm working for. Like, how many creatures should you run? That's a good question. What do you guys think in chat? Is there like a standard amount? Depends on the deck. It seems like you can get away with a lot of spells because a lot of times you're just cycling so many cards. Like, because there's no energy cost, any draw spell is like free, basically, you know? So I could play Aspirant, which will start ramping itself up. Lovely art. I could... So we don't want to use Sapien Charge anytime soon. We don't have much we can do. It's Aspirant, Rax here, or just pass. I'm actually going to pass. One thing I'm trying to learn to do is just pass more. Because I feel like I'm used to playing card games where tempo is so important. But in this game, you can just pass your dick off. You can pass and pass and pass. I think they're just going to wait till my 10 damage pops. They're just not going to play anything. One mystery and that's it, huh? Just Gerwolf's Child. Okay. Oh, Pacho. Huh. So they played this because it dies to my creature's effect. So that was a smart combo. Hollow Maiden, so they get another Gerwolf in the hand. They just did a really... Arm just did a really good combo. Yeah, that's a great way to play around that card that I played. The Mevthar. That's a great way to play around it. Now it's my turn. But I'm fine. Like, I haven't played anything and I'm fine. Oh, it triggered on Pacho because it died first. Oh, that's even worse. Cool. He has 8 cards in his hand. Max cards in hand is 10. I do want to get some electric tiles. I just did that in the wrong order. I'm very sad. I was supposed to play Aspirant first. Just hit face and wait. Now I'm too embarrassed. Now I'm too embarrassed. Don't even play Gerwolf. I should have played Aspirant first. Yeah, that was like a masterclass of how to play around Mevthar. That's one reason why Mevthar turn 1 might not be the best choice. Because it's fully telegraphed and it tells them exactly what to do. Maybe better to play it when they're already committed to the board a little bit. So they have no way to just like leave it empty, you know? Definitely something to think about. And that's great. That goes to the learning process. Like, one thing I would say that I'm doing is, like, after every game, try to ask myself one question. Right? Like, this game, the question is, like, did I like playing Mevthar on turn 1, or was that maybe, like, was that a good or a bad choice? And I don't even know, I might not even have a perfect answer, but just thinking about that and thinking through that helps me to, like, consider the strategy, you know? So he's got the water mystery stuff. He's also got the voltage junkie. As you can see, Arm is not playing a 1-color deck. He's playing a 4-color pile. So just again and again trying to point out that's totally an option. Yeah, I have the combo, right? I have... Oh, I don't have Rise, though. If I draw Rise the Robots, then yeah. We basically want to set up that combo. Okay, so let's just keep turning the tiles into electric. Oh, they killed Aspirant. Golden Shower. Fair enough. I should have played Gerwolf's Child first. That was a misplay. With the secret on the board. It's okay. I'll just cry myself to sleep. I can ensnare his whole board. This seems kind of nice. I could play creatures first. Okay. If I try to explain every single move, I'm going to, like, start talking so much that I don't even know what I'm saying. But I will just play some cards here. So I'm making everything lightning. I am boogalooing. Yeah, I definitely should have checked. I did buff their voltage junkie. That was an unintentional interaction there. But I think overall we just go face. And then I'm out of time. Please, I need to go fast. Got him before I ran out of time. All right, nice. If we can draw Rise of the Robots, we're in a very strong spot now. Yeah, Golden Shower doesn't seem very good. If I had played around it better, like the correct answer when they play a mystery is to play the child first always. And I just didn't do that, so I definitely messed it up, and I think that's a great example of why that's the right choice, like right there. And a great example of, if I had done it correctly, why Golden Shower is not that good. It ends up being a waste of a card, or like your opponent uses your mystery to synergize with their card. It's not what you want at all. All right, got it. So they killed my Xenos the Cracked. Liquidated, one of the strongest spells in the game. They have defended pretty well. Still, once Gerwolf's Child dies, hopefully we get something good from that. Oh my god, we're so close, but I can't attack this turn. If I could attack this turn, I'd be threatening lethal. I think it'd be super close. 12, 13. Oh yeah, I mean, if they don't have Deep Freeze, that Ensnare is saving their ass, like, so hard. Ensnare is saving their ass. Bro, low-key, that free 4-color pile deck might be the strongest deck I've built. I feel like all these decks I've tried on are bad, and that free deck is, like, immediately better. I don't know. I don't even know. Free to play. Free to win. It's a free to win game. Pay to lose. God, we're so far behind. This is where it's like, you know, like sometimes the player who goes second ends up having the advantage, you know? Like I win first with the tempo, and then now I'm dead, you know? Like it just goes like a lot of times it feels like the slower player is the one who has the advantage, which really turns the concept of tempo on its head. Do I want to try the deck that was top 1 in 3 of the seasons? I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the list. That's one thing I want to do in the near future is ask the top players, including you, Lucille, like asking Lucille and other top players what their favorite deck is. It'd be really cool to do a video. Could be a stream activity as well. Maybe something for next week where we like do a session, like just reviewing like the top 10, like take 10 of the best players in the game and have them all like submit their favorite deck and then just like review the decks and talk about them. I think that could be really cool. My Goon is sick. Love Robos. Yeah, GG everybody. Good game, Arm. Well played, sir. You played around my Mevthar like a fucking pro. That was crazy. That was like a masterful strategy there. Really well done. Yeah, this Goon was a gift from Oz. Shout outs to Oz. The headphones, the harmonica. He picked exactly the Goon for me. I couldn't be happier. It's so cool. All right, let's talk a little more about collecting. We're getting pretty deep into it now. We're not, you know, not too much more that we have to do. Cheers, Oz. Big cheers. There's not too much more. Let's talk about collecting. Let's do a little technical stuff with how to get the Beam token into your wallet. I think this has been a really good seminar. I actually like this, like, kind of nerdy fucking, like, seminar. Like, forget about a 10-minute quick entertainment video. Just, like, a 2-hour fucking breakdown of the whole game's ecosystem. This is actually dope as hell. This is dope. Like, this is actually a really good format. I'm kind of surprised how good this is. At first, when I was starting, I was like, this feels like it might be awkward. I don't know, but it's actually been a really dope stream activity. It's been great. I really want to do that deck thing. We should do that next week. We should like review top decks next week or something. Gotta remember that. Anyway, okay, collector's guide. So again, let's talk about it in general, and then we'll talk about it for Goon Wars. So general overview of on-chain TCG collecting. What to think about. Okay, first off, disclaimer. This is my opinion / my perspective. I can be wrong about things. Okay, so like today, yeah, NFA, etc. 2024 in on-chain TCGs, aka card games with NFTs, is roughly equivalent to the late 90s in physical TCGs. Back then was when all the early sets of Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Were going for cheap prices, and it was all fresh and new. Nowadays, those products are very scarce, rare, very scarce and valuable. I see the most popular on-chain TCGs today as being that in that early phase. Goons of Balatroon is one of the games I'm most excited about for collectors right now in March/April 2024. If NFT gaming eventually becomes mainstream, which by the way it will, it's obvious if you're not a fucking boomer, these Genesis sets and early collectibles will be in very high demand, much like how people collect Black Lotus and holographic Charizard and Blue Eyes White Dragon. I know very little about Yu-Gi-Oh. Therefore, I see it as a gold rush. Buy as much high quality product at good prices as you can. Note, don't buy scams, rug pulls, and overpriced bullshit. And so that's basically the bottom line. Like, imagine going back in time and just buying Charizards and Blue Eyes White Dragons and Black Lotuses and Alpha boxes and base set Pokemon boxes, and then just like going back to the future and having $1 zillion. And that's like roughly the investing strategy. Yu-Gi-Oh cards are still hella expensive. I know it's very popular. I've met people who didn't know what Magic was, but they did know what Yu-Gi-Oh was, which was interesting to me. Like, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh was like a different culture. Like, it was like it reached a different market, like a different group of people. It seems, I don't know if I'm speaking out of line. It seems like Yu-Gi-Oh was really popular. Like, I don't know if there's like a PC way to say it, but it seems like there's like a large black community, like, who really enjoys Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know if like all the white kids are playing Magic and Pokemon, and like for coincidental reasons in the black community it was more Yu-Gi-Oh. That seems that might have been a thing. Maybe that's just me hallucinating. No idea. I've just noticed like I'm just like honestly talking. You guys, I mean, tell me if I'm being sus, but I've noticed like my black friends tend to be more knowledgeable about Yu-Gi-Oh. Maybe just a total coincidence. I feel like I'm being sus. Let's move on. Okay. Is that a thing though? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just completely anecdotal. I can't tell. All right, let's move on. Where are we getting back to? Oh no, Yu-Gi-Oh is insanely complicated. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay. Anyway, moving on from my sus takes on people playing different card games. That's the bottom line of on-chain TCGs. It's the late 90s. Everything is new. It's all Genesis set, early sets, and collecting is in a really good place right now. It's in a really good place. So let's go over the Genesis set in Goons of Balatroon, and let's see what's up. So if we look at these cards, when we click on one, we can get a few pieces of information. Actually, let's go to the main page. No, Yu-Gi-Oh is really complicated. It's just too much. Too many combos. Too many one-turn, insane like turn one combos and shit. Like, I can't even handle it. So if you go to cards, you click on any card, you can see the supply. And so let's look at common, rare, epic, and then legendary and get a sense of the supply. So Genesis cards are fully minted, which means that there will be no more cards added. These are the final supplies, and the supply counts includes the close packs. So it's the cards that are currently available plus all the cards that are yet to be opened in the closed packs. Common cards in the Genesis set, there might be some slight variance, but they have around 2,000 to 2,200 cards with about 20 shinies. That's your common supply. Your rare supply is about 1,000 rare with about 13 shiny. So about 2,000 common, about 1,000 copies of each rare card. Epic cards have around 400 to 500 supply. And 4 shinies for this one, like barely any shinies. And then legendaries have about 170 to 200-ish supply, and I believe there's only 1 shiny for each legendary, so it's basically a 1 of 1. If you compare these supplies to other on-chain TCGs like Gods Unchained, Parallel, in particular, those two being 2 of the most popular ones, these supplies are really low. If this game gets popular, this Genesis set is going to be rare as fuck. So that's basically... You don't think that's true for legendaries? Oh, I don't know. There's 1 for Bjorgag. Oh, okay. There's 3 shinies for demos. Maybe it's just a coincidence that Bjorgag only has 1 then. There's 2 shinies for Brizzok. Okay, it's not always 1. You're right. Meat Mageddon. Oh shit. That's a crazy one. Yeah, so it's not always 1. Fair enough. Don't drop the soap. That's going to be a crazy one, actually. You haven't got a shiny legendary? I mean, those are so rare. It's crazy. So yeah, the cards, that's basically why I'm telling everyone to collect these cards ASAP, because I am scared that there's going to come a time when it's going to be really unaffordable to build your deck, like until the next set comes out. Like if demand goes up, these cards are going to get pretty expensive. So again, it's why I'm saying, like, if you're just starting your collection, just go sweep anything under $1. Just get 1 copy of everything that's cheap, because like there could actually be a really serious supply crunch with how low these supplies are. Now, the other part is the packs. If we go to the packs marketplace, we can look at this. This is sealed product, and so this is a big thing. A lot of card games don't have tradable closed packs. And in my opinion, any on-chain TCG that doesn't have tradable packs is making a huge mistake. As a collector, if a card game does it right, one of your best opportunities to buy and hold things over time is sealed product, booster packs, booster boxes, stuff like that. In particular, when it comes to Goons, you have 2 different packs for Genesis. They're all out. The team behind the game has a stash that they use for rewards, and the rest are all in the hands of collectors. And the brown packs have 1 card. The silver packs have 5 cards. Same exact drop rates. Usually it's more economical to buy silver packs, at least on secondary, based on floor prices. The primary sale was, I believe, around $6 to $7 of these packs. You guys can correct me. I believe that's the primary sale price these went for. And you don't have to FOMO too hard, because more packs are going out in the form of rewards. Again, they've all been minted, but since the team has a stash for rewards. Do you guys know how many packs the team actually has left? I don't know. Bottom line is, I think my range to buy packs right now is basically anything under $10 is pretty good. Like, especially like 8 or below is really good. So like, there's 2 packs at 8, a few at 9.5, 1 at 10. Not that many packs left, I hear. I mean, they got to finish coding the Genesis set and get on to next gen pretty soon, or else we're going to run out of stuff, huh? But yeah, I am accumulating packs pretty quickly as best I can. I encourage anyone who's a collector for the long term. I think packs and Goons are like, I think it's a gold rush right now. Get as much stuff as you can. Anything else? So shinies we briefly talked about, but yeah, every card has a shiny version. They're really fucking rare. If you're on a budget, if you're new to the game, don't even worry about shinies. I'll just show you a few examples, though. You can just click on the shiny button to see. So Blitz Robot, there's the shiny version. Looks pretty sick. Looks pretty sick. Let's look at Beersaurus. Shiny mode. There's no gameplay advantage. It's just a cool, very cool cosmetic. Promo card? You mean like singles or like in between sets kind of thing? Like they could release like one card with a 500 supply. It's like a single card drop. Yeah, that would be a potential way to like bridge the gap for sure. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. And they're going to have to start doing that, and then it's just going to increase demand for Genesis cards even more. Shiny D-Carotene. That's the one that I need. Oh, shit, it's got the hat and the bigger dick. Oh, shit. Is that the old art or something? Like, I've never... It actually has, like, a difference. Or is that just... It's... The carrot gets bigger, dude. Oh, my God. That's amazing. Is that the original art, really? What, you guys made them make the dick smaller? Had to take the bite out of the carrot. That's amazing. So lots of fun stuff. But yeah, that's a quick discussion of shinies. And yeah, this is the market, this is the market, sphere.market. I'll link this in the video description for those of you watching on YouTube. For those of you in the YouTube chat, you probably already know where it is, but posted it in the chat in case anyone doesn't have it. All right, we're almost there, folks. We're almost there. I will mention, as far as where else to earn packs, just to reiterate, join the Goons of Balatroon Discord. There are weekly events where they give away a lot of packs. I mean, they're running out of packs. I'm being told by chat that the stash of Genesis packs to prize away to give out as rewards is quickly dwindling. So get in fast and start doing this while you can. I already won a silver pack playing poker. That was pretty fun. Free poker tournament, got myself a silver pack, one step closer to my 100 pack goal. Someone must have that list, Hugo. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone have that? But yeah, so definitely, like, there's like trivia night type of stuff. There's the free poker tournaments with pack prizes. There's also tournaments that aren't as skill intensive, like random mode tournaments. So that's definitely something just to mention. All right, this is the part I'm dreading. This is some crypto bullshit, but you know, you don't listen, guys. Let's talk about crypto bullshit. When you have to do some annoying stuff in crypto with wallets and like transactions, it's tempting to say, fuck this. This is never going to go mainstream. This sucks. But I'm just going to remind you that your grandpa thought that the internet was never going to go mainstream. All right? Your aunt thought that dial-up modems were too complicated and this internet thing is never going to take off. And Jimmy, don't you dare put your name anywhere on the internet, and don't you ever post a photograph of yourself online because they're going to come and get you and they're going to kidnap you. And also, never put your credit card on the internet. Are you fucking stupid? Like, you guys all know all the shit people used to say, or you can go on YouTube and look up like bad technology predictions from the 90s, people saying how the internet doesn't make sense. If you say that, like, ooh, crypto wallets, I don't want to deal with it, like, you're that guy who's like, dial-up modems are too complicated. The internet's never going to take off. So I just encourage you to not be that guy. And if this seems a little annoying, I agree. But do it anyway, bitch. That's basically what it comes down to. So, okay. Let me log into some stuff real quick and make sure that I am ready. Then we're just going to go from dollars to L2 beam. That's that simple. I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna take like $30 and turn it into beam tokens, and I'm just gonna go through it one step at a time. And we will have it in the beginner's seminar. You know, I look forward to a day where everything is a little bit easier and smoother, but for the next 5 to 10 years, you don't want to be that guy complaining about how the internet's too complicated. You just want to figure it out and do what you got to do. Okay. I'm trying to remember what money was. Oh, I have like different wallets. Which money am I going to send? Are you doing it right now for Medium as well? Great. We're both doing the same fucking thing. Hold on. Welcome to the boring part of the seminar. No, I got it. All right, I'll just show you guys. So I got my wallet right here. I've got $10 of ETH on base. I've got $50 of Prime. Is this what I'm gonna do, or am I doing? Is this the right wallet? Wait, this is the wrong... Hold on. Yeah, once I remember, my brain is scrambled. I also just showed my fucking password manager, didn't I? That's great. That's okay. It's all covered up. I'm an idiot. I'll fix it. Okay. Don't mind me. Hold on. Did I show my password manager? I don't even know if I did. All right, it's fine. It's all covered. All right, hold on. Flash clip. No. No, it's okay. It's okay. That's fine. Just hold on. I was hoping this wouldn't happen. I'm getting confused. Here's what I need to do. I need to get some AVAX. Hold on. Oh, I did not prepare for this. I was trying to prepare for this, and Coinbase was lagging, and I wasn't able to prepare. Now I am not ready. Now I'm not ready. Hold on. Hold on. I got this. No, I was gonna buy the AVAX ahead of time specifically to avoid this, and then Coinbase didn't send my transaction through, as I wasn't able to, and as a result, I'm now not able to do it. I am able to do it, but I have to fucking sit here and be boring for 10 minutes, which is very not what I wanted. It is what it is, though. I'm almost done, guys. Sorry, I just gotta do a bunch of boring shit that I can't show you. It's not all good. It's super annoying. It's super, super annoying. Oh, I hate it. What's up, X? How you doing, bro? All right, no, we're good now. I couldn't remember which wallet I was gonna use. It just the whole thing. There's nothing good about me. Oh my god, I'm on full screen. I thought I was on the camera again. All right, whatever. I just have to delete my entire fucking existence after this stream. I thought I was on fucking full cam. I mean, it's fine. Just showing my public address, I guess. There's nothing good about this. This is not what I wanted at all. This is not what I wanted at all. Might just skip this part. Might just skip this part. Do it separately. Might be the plan. Oh, wait, no, I think we're good. Oh, fuck it. I guess I'll just show since I already fucking showed shit anyway. So I'm using Coinbase. I'm going to convert my Ethereum to AVAX. Okay, step one. All right. I'm on Coinbase. I have $40 of Ethereum. And I want to turn it into Beam tokens on the Beam L2. Let's go. So step one, I'm going to go from Ethereum to AVAX, which is the Avalanche token. I'm going to take my $40. I have $40.19. I'm going to convert it. I'm going to send it over, okay? I'm going to go full screen while I do this in case I reveal all of my life's details. All right, looks fine. So you get a page like this. It shows you how much AVAX. I'm getting 0.69. Very nice. Lol meme number. Converting it over right now. I mean, listen, Arm, I'd love to have a third monitor. Problem is I'm fucking broke, so. It's kind of broke, you know what I mean? I'd love a third monitor. I'd love to redo all my microphone stuff. I'd love to hire an editor. One day I will. Right now I can't afford it. Rather not talk about that, though. Okay, so I got some Avalanche after converting. So if I look at my Avalanche total now, and go to my Avalanche page, go to my primary balance, I have $39 of Avalanche. The new firewall. What do you mean fire? Like a technology? So I have all this AVAX. So here's the thing. You can use your MetaMask or basically any Ethereum wallet, and it's also compatible with Avalanche. So if you look right here, this is my I have some networks up here on the top right corner. I'm going to the Avalanche Network C chain. Avalanche Network C chain, and I'm just clicking on that. And boom, now I'm over here. Now, again, remember, it's like back when the internet first started, modems were confusing, dial-up, it all sucked. We did it anyway. This is that part. I know this is annoying, but we're doing it anyway. You just got to learn how to do it. So now I'm going to copy my address. I'm going to go to my Coinbase. I'm going to send all this Avalanche to the address that I just copied. Which it's my .ens. I don't know why it uses the .eth. Basically, you're just copying and pasting and sending. I'm gonna send that right now. Confirm it. Confirm it. Confirm it. Okay, confirmed. I'll look in a minute, Arm. I got a lot going on right now. All right, so we got that sent over. So my account is now empty. And now, if I look at my MetaMask, already right in there. So I sent my Avalanche to my MetaMask. Boom, there it is. We're already almost there. The main thing you have to do is just take your money from any exchange, Coinbase or whatever, buy some Avalanche, send it to your wallet. Like that's actually half the battle. Now we're going to go to the Beam official website. Right over here. A really cool website. And we're going to go to the Beam bridge. From the Beam bridge, I'm going to select my AVAX on Avalanche and bridge it to AVAX on Beam. Just going to go max. I'm not. Let me connect my wallet. So connecting in the top right. Back to my MetaMask. Almost done. Okay, great. It is bugging. I have to switch to a different browser. Hold on, please. Love it. So we go from Avalanche to Avalanche on Beam. AVAX, Avalanche, AVAX, Beam. Transfer. It might ask you to add a network like this. We got a nice little error there. Okay, cool. Shit's bugging some more. Really bugging. Really just bugging like crazy. Can't make anything work right now. Okay, no, it's still there. Try again. Internal JSON RPC error. Well, unfortunately, it's not working right now. Not working. I tried. I tried my best. Looks like we can't do this right now. Can't make it work. You know that one? Do you have any idea? Because I'm trying like hell. I'm trying like hell. And even I'm having a hard time, man. Even I'm having a hard time. What's going on? It doesn't auto-calculate the gas. How do I fix that? I'm trying not to get tilted, but it's hard. Set it to 0.68. Oh, I can't do max. Okay. So if you set it to max... Okay, we got it figured out. So if you set it to max, it's going to not leave you enough for the gas. So just go a little bit below max, and then it'll work. Okay. So don't do max. Do a little bit less than max. That's just something they have to fix on the UX. Then confirm. And it's gonna bridge to Beam. If you're watching this and you don't like this, I don't like it either. So we're neither one of us likes it. This is the worst part of crypto gaming, but just got to deal with it. Okay, Arm, if you tell me it's gold one more time, I'm going to ban you. I'm sorry. You're triggering me by telling me over and over how happy you are that, like, I don't understand. Please stop telling me it's gold. Please, please, brother, please. You are tilting the shit out of me. Wait for the timer to finish. Okay, good. So we wait for the timer to run down. All right. Completed. So yeah, once it's completed, we'll go back to the Beam website. Let me copy and paste the URL again. And then, so we're back to the main Beam website. Now I can go to Beam Swap. I can go to the AVAX that I just bridged. I can bridge that motherfucker to Beam. I might have to make it less than max again. I don't know. We'll see. But this time the gas might get paid in Beam. But yeah, so basically about 38 bucks of Avalanche turns into about a little less than 1,000 Beam. Beam up right now? Beam's up a little bit, I think. Price impact very low. Liquidity except this one should work at max. Okay, good, good, good. And this time it says swap failed. The method ETH send transaction not available. Am I on the wrong network? Oh, I'm on Avalanche, not Beam. Oh, fun. We forgot another step. So you have to switch off of Avalanche. Now you have to go to the Beam network. Go to the Beam network. Go to the Beam network. Now you can do it. Now you can do it. Yeah, this whole part of the... Okay, this whole thing is getting scrapped. This whole part of the video is getting scrapped. This has been such a fucking clusterfuck. There's no 0% chance I'm putting this on YouTube. It's never happening. It's like we're just gonna have to do that again. There's 0% chance I'm ever posting this to my channel. Holy shit, what a fucking shit show that was. That was such a pain in the ass. That's going straight into the fucking kiln and getting what's it called? Burned down to ash, cremated. What a bad attempt to fucking show how to do that. Oh my god. Well, there it is. I got Beam. I'm so embarrassed. That was such a bad... That was the worst part of the seminar. That was the worst part of the seminar. I tried. The problem is I couldn't get the AVAX yesterday before the stream. Whatever. That's just a great example of crypto gaming needing to be better, because that's... Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. Whatever. It was a fun seminar before that. That shit pissed me off so much. That was so fucking difficult. We'll have to just do that again another time. Ugh. Fucking shit show, dude. That was so fucking bad. That was so fucking bad. Ugh. I just like lost... Oh man. I just lost everything. All my good vibes are gone. That was so annoying. Whatever. Where are we at? Okay. In conclusion... Last thoughts. So, we've gone over pretty much everything that the game has to offer now. Goons of Balatroon, Goon Wars, it's an incredible project. There's so much to love. If you're getting involved in on-chain TCGs, this is something you cannot fade. You have to take a look, play a few games, and if you like what you see, if you are in a position to be buying cards and buying packs, I think this is one to greatly consider. You really want to try to get into this game. I think it's a good time to get in. Where to follow Goons of Balatroon? You guys know how to do this. Go to Twitter. Type in Goons of Balatroon, 1L. Smash that follow button. And then make sure you join the Discord. I don't know if it's in this bio link. But the Discord, yeah, right here you can find the Discord. They got a bunch of info. This page comes right off of the Twitter. This is actually a great little one-pager. So yeah, go to the Twitter, follow them there. You can find everything else from there. Get into the Discord. And like, it's just, you want to follow them. And with that said, I lost my doc again. I lost it. It's gone. There it is. You'll be able to find new information on events. I'm done. I have nothing else to say. I hope that was helpful. Thank you guys very much for watching. That concludes the Goon Wars Beginners Seminar. That was great, other than the failed attempt to show off the Beam L2 process. Other than that, that was great.